Mark and Sarah Stamper Retreat. Today we've got another episode from our paper pad use up series. And if you're new since I last did part of this series, it's been a while and I'm using up a whole paper pad. And it's a really big one, so it's taken some time. And there are a heap of other videos in the series. I think we might be up to about 12 or something now. So go check them out if you haven't. But now we're at the point where we're just left with heaps and heaps of scraps. So some of them are a little bigger like this, but you can see most of them are like pretty small or like cut about or something. So we're going to do a bit of a scraps use up video, and we're going to combine scraps with dies to kind of create put together cards that use up all these bits and pieces. And at the end of the video, I'll also put a link to the very first video in the series, which will take you through the paper pad and things like that if you want a bit more background on what we started with. And we're going to be using some dies today with this, and they're all from, I think it's called the Whimsical Village collection, but I'll link it below, from Spellbinders. And I think that they just go really well with the kind of backgrounds and things that I want to make today. And all of the cards that we're going to create today could be created with whatever paper scraps you have on hand. Like, they obviously don't need to be from this paper pad, just grab whatever you've got to hand. So for the first card, we're actually going to use scraps of pattern paper to die cut to make our houses. So this is the Whimsical Houses die set. I'm just going to put one of these houses together right here. You'll be able to see they're really easy to put together, and there's not heaps of layers. It's nice to have the layers for the detail, but also I'm not the most patient person. I quite like not having too many layers to things. So I've just glued the pattern paper, and you can see that this one I cut from a floral piece. This one I cut from a piece that had some diamonds on it. This piece I cut from a leafy piece, but I've chosen ones that have pretty similar colourings to them so that they all kind of go together even though each one's individual. And then I just add in the windows. And I'm trying to make like the main bulk of the house from the pattern paper, but you don't want to go too far. If you make everything patterned, it's all going to look like a bit of a mishmash. So I'm going with the main body of the houses as being patterned, and then the kind of accessories from plain cardstock. And again, you can see these only take tiny bits of cardstock, so it's a really good way to use up some of your cardstock scraps as well. I always keep small pieces on hand for exactly this type of thing. And then we can just add on the door. So then we've got our three houses. These and the fence pieces all come from the main house die set. These extra bits I've got, these are from this Village Companion set, which has like the clouds and the sun and a little cat and dog. That one's just a small die set. So then I want to create a background for this. So I'm going to make it really simple. The other backgrounds for the other cards we're going to create with paper scraps, but because we've used the paper scraps in the foreground this time, I'm not going to use them in the background as well. So I'm going to use my Distress Oxide inks just to create a really simple blended background. So I'm going to go in with Crap Pistachio from the bottom. And then I'm going to come down from the top with the Salty Ocean. Then I'm going to grab the Whimsical Skies embossing folder, which is this nice swirly one, and I'm just going to emboss this panel in there. And I just decided to cut down the panel so that it had a border around the edge as well. So then I'm just going to use this Whimsical Wishes stamp set for the greeting. I think I'm going to go with Home is where the heart is, or Home is where your heart is. I think that's quite nice for someone that's moving or something like that. So I'm just going to stamp that in black ink onto the white cardstock. Actually, this is a really good test because I got this new Lawn Fundamental pad because it was alcohol marker friendly. And so I was just going to stamp this in here, but you can see how much that's kind of spread, whereas this is the Memento black ink that I usually use, and you can see how much crisper that is, so that's an interesting test. So then I'm just going to add all this together, so I'm going to glue on our background, and then I'll add some foam behind the sentiment, and I'll add that down here, and then I'll add some foam behind this house. And then I'll glue on the other ones. And then I'll glue a bit of fencing on either end. And then I'll add on the sun and the clouds. And then there's our finished card. Now I think those houses look really nice with that bit of pattern on them. So then for my next card, I'm going to take some of these bigger pieces, like big enough to fit across my card, and I'm just going to rip them. And I'm going to go for these like darker blue shades because I want my focal point to stand out. And the piece in the middle doesn't need to be ripped, so I'm just going to glue this piece into the middle. And then I'll glue this piece above it. And this piece above again. And most pattern paper has a white core, so it's nice to get this kind of ripped look on them. And then we can trim off the excess down the sides. I always think it's easier to turn over the card to do this, and then you can use the side of the card as the guide. So then we've got a whole fun background just created from a few scraps. So then I'm going to go with Wishing You Brighter Days on this one. So if you take a look at this, and then we can add a piece of vellum on and set it up again. So we've got quite a busy background today, and sometimes vellum can just kind of take that edge off and help your foreground stand out a little. You can still see through, you can still see that background. So I'm just kind of showing that as an option if you want to tone down that background a little bit. I think I'm not going to go with the vellum for today, but I just wanted to show that because for some people this is going to be pretty full on. So again, I'm just popping that sentiment underneath the house, and it grounds the house so it doesn't look like it's floating in the air. And on this one I've used plain paper scraps for the foreground pieces because I think it's too much to have patterns in the foreground and the black background unless you've got some very kind of like dense patterns and some very spaced out patterns, and then you can kind of mix and match a little bit. So then I'm going to pop on my flowers, and these flowers, these are from the Whimsical Blooms die set, which I really like. We'll use that again on the next card. So then I'm just going to add some foam behind my house, and I'm even using up scraps of foam. I do like when I can like use up lots of bits from my stash. And then I'm just going to use the little critters, so the dog and the cat from the Village Companions set. I'm just going to pop them either side of the house. And then I'm just going to add little fences on as well. And then we've just got that fun card. So then for my final card, we're going to create just a real patchwork background. So I'm going to cut up some pieces, and really you can use any scraps you've got for this. So I like to start in the middle because I don't want a big gap in the middle. It's a really good way to use up some of these small pieces that like you can't do so much with. And I'm just going to add them on. I'm going to layer them up. And it's a really good way to use up bits like this as well, where they're just not that easy to use in other ways. And then we can cut pieces off the back so that we can use those scraps again. And let's trim those bits off again. So then here are all the different flowers that their Whimsical Blooms die set creates. They're really pretty. And on this one I am going to add a bit of vellum on. So I'm just going to add some tape runner to the back of my vellum. I'm just adding it in the middle where the flowers will cover most of it. And also I'm adding this tape runner. It's from Kingston Crafts. And you can still see it through, but it hides a little better than some of the other adhesives I've used. So then you can see as we put these on, they'll cover up some of that adhesive. And rather than using one of the coordinating sentiments, I'm just going to use this Thanks a Million that I foiled in one of the previous videos for this series. So I'm going to start off with the two biggest blooms, and then I'll build out from there. And if you're using an adhesive that shows through very well to add your vellum onto your cardstock, then just do this part first. So add on your blooms first and just add the glue behind the blooms. And then I'll just add this on some foam. So then I'll save this for another card. And I think this is really pretty. So there are the 3 cards that we've created today, all using those scraps of paper in different ways, and we've used loads of scraps of cardstock as well. So I really hope you've enjoyed creating them with me. Do let me know in the comments below which one's your favourite. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and if you could press the hype button, that really helps too. You can also press subscribe to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.